chassis, Schaefer power. Number 4, give it up for Mr. Danny Smith.
He's one of the original Outlaw OGs.
Absolutely. A 10-time World of Outlaw feature winner is Danny Smith.
Finished top 10 in World of Outlaws points 6 times in his racing career as well, and a former Gold Cup Race of Champions winner as well back in 1985 at Silver Dollar Speedway. Certainly a legend for the 68-year-old from Chillicothe, Ohio. Also an 8-time World of Outlaw winner in his career for Danny Smith. Man, we're happy to have him here this weekend. There's no doubt about it.
The 12X out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. That's the Beaver Drill and Tool Company's Saw Drill Manufacturing and Beaver Racing Project. Don Auto Engine Maxim 12X of Hank Davis. 2 wins on the season. His last win coming back on September the 13th over at the Callaway Raceway.
I'll tell you one thing about that Hank Davis. We've seen him run very well here in that 2C car that Cole Macedo's driving tonight. He was here driving for Wayne Johnson with ASCS last season, and man, he applied the pressure to Seth Bergman and Sam Haferty Jr. up front early on in that race. I expect the Sand Springs, Oklahoma driver, the 22-year-old Hank Davis, to be a force here this weekend, piloting that number 12X car, like you said, for the Beaver Motorsports team. So Landon Crawley still quickest so far here tonight with a 13.270. How about Elijah Giles jumping up the second quick with a 1.3297? Cole Macedo now third quick here at Hot Laps for the 410 Wing Sprint Cars. Here for the 38th Annual Short Track Nationals. Again, you haven't missed a thing, race fans. If you just tuned in with us live tonight on FloRacing or RaceOn.com, you haven't missed anything. We're in our third Hot Lap session here for the 410 Sprint Cars here with 20 grand on the line this weekend for the Short Track Nationals here. This prestigious event moving over from the I-30 Speedway in Little Rock. Of course, that track's now been closed for 3 whole years. And we still got the queen up here, though. We've got Tracy Clay David, and we're happy to have her. And the racetrack looks sporty tonight as we got one stop. That's Joseph Miller out of Cove, Arkansas, who is already climbing out of the cockpit of that number 30 car.
Yeah, missed what happened there, but it looks like he's got some obvious front end damage. Possibly got into the wall there. See some scrapes along the wall there on top of turn number 4. Wasn't looking, didn't catch that, so...
This racetrack right now is absolutely blistering fast. They are carrying a ton of momentum around this joint right now, and qualifying should be a spectacle in itself. Just watching these guys just rip right around that concrete barrier. It's one thing about 67 Speedway. This is a different racetrack than what this place was 10 years ago. I was talking to Sam Haferty Jr. about that into the pits a little bit earlier. He said, man, what they've done to this place is just truly phenomenal. He said, man, I remember coming back here and dipping my right rear tire off the back straightaway to get a good dive down to the bottom into turns 3 and 4. He's like, you can't do that anymore here. So he's found a pretty good way to run this place. He likes the high side here, but we talked about Sam a little bit earlier, having a lot of confidence and momentum on his behalf coming into this weekend, and we'll see what the driver car number 15H can do when we see him out here in Hot Laps. I would suspect that he'll be pretty quick and should turn a quick lap when he gets out here for Hot Laps in short order. So that was a short, brief green flag run there for this Hot Lap group as we get the number 30 car, Joseph Miller, as we stay tending to him. Not sure if they're having a board of directors meeting or what up there at the top of turns 3 and 4.
Hey, race fans, if you didn't notice when you come in, the merchandise trailer is open just past the concession stand there. Down to your left, merchandise trailer now open for you. You saw the 2-seater out front. You're going to get to see that 2-seater in action tonight. I believe they're going to give 1 ride tonight, 2 rides tomorrow night in the 2-seater. Tim Crawley will be piloting that machine. Someone's going to have a ride of their life there. You know, was down visiting a little bit ago, and Ricky Logan told me, he said he would get in it for 2 laps and let Tim drive if the next 2 laps he got to drive and Tim had to ride. I don't think there's any dice there, but, man, would that not have been fun to see?
Been a blast. It's been really cool to see. I'm telling you now, that 67 Speedway 2-seater is that's a unit. I was down there talking to John Carney's mom a little bit earlier. Of course, he's racing the Amarillo, Texas driver. He's in the Taco Casa number 2 car. But I was talking to her a little bit earlier. She said, I need to find Tim Crawley and ask him if there's a way that I can put my Hans device in this thing. Because, I mean, she wants to ride in it, but she wants to be 100% safe. And, ma'am, we certainly understand. So they were down there going back and forth about the safety on the car. Tim's like, well, I mean, I'll scare you, but I ain't going to scare you that bad, you know.
He's got fresh tires, rubber on it, and everything now. Fresh motor in it. He'll be ready to go. And I watched him rip that thing around here last year a few times, and he puts it right up there on the wall just like it's a sprint car and like he's going for the win. So it'll be an exciting ride for whoever those three individuals are that end up with the rides over tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, Cody Hinton, who helps out, works here at the racetrack, of course, fields that number 4 factory stock car. We'll see it out here on the Speedway a little bit earlier. He sent me a text yesterday and talked about this two-seater. He said, have you seen it up close? I said, well, not yet, but I will tomorrow. And he said, man, we took this thing to I-30 Speedway a couple years ago. He said, I'm not kidding you. He said it turned faster lap times than most of the sprint cars that were there that night. I'm like, man, that's not normal. It's not normal.
I guess you add that seat right over there above that left rear and just get more drive on that left rear. But
that's literally like strapping yourself to a rocket. I mean,
if you've watched the two-seater up at the Tulsa shootout in the Chili Bowl, it's nothing like it. You know, that car's stretched out and really elongated, and this one right here, man, it's the real deal.
This has a literal seat welded to the side of a sprint car. That's it. That's all there is to it. You are going to get your feel of what it feels like to wheel a 410 sprint car. You're going to hold on for dear life, one of the two. And I'm here for it.
Looks like we're going to go back green here with hot lap session number 3 on the night. I believe we got one more set of hot laps following the group that's currently out on the track. We'll be pulling all the cars there into the infield. They'll get them lined right back up and come right back out for your qualifying.
And these sprint cars are ripping at a high rate of speed here at the Manable, Arkansas Oval here at Texarkana. Cody Gardner ripping right now. Up he goes, quick time with a 13.266. Wait, hold on. The Wayne Johnson Racing number 2C. Cole Macedo now to the top of the board with a 1.3164. Cole Macedo to the top of the board here in hot laps for the 38th running of the Short Track Nationals.
Zach, just as quick as you want to say Cody Gardner on top of the lower board there with the 13.266. Cole Macedo took the words right out of your mouth with that 13.164. Yep. He is the man to beat right now with the quick time.
I feel like the racetrack's going to continue to gain speed, too. They're going to blow that little bit of slime up off the top of the racetrack there, and I believe this thing is going to continue to gain speed. The question is, can we get down to the 12-second bracket tonight? We're only a 10th off. Cole Macedo with a 13.164. Can we get down to the 12-second bracket tonight? I think we can if these guys hit it just right.
Yeah, they told Joseph Miller off there. Tough break for one of the 360 drivers. He's looking for some of that contingency money there. Had a good run last time with us down here in that number 30 machine, so tough way for him to go off under the hook. Obviously, unless they can pull a miracle there, he probably will miss his qualifying. So that'll put him starting tailback of a heat race tonight. One group left to come out onto the track for your hot lap session number 4 on the evening.
Rolling onto the racetrack now, he's the 2019 Southern Dirt Track Championship winner at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. He's the driver at Amarillo, Texas. The driver to the Taco Casa, number 2 car, it's John Carney. John Carney in the 2.
Next car rolling on the track out of Greenville, Texas, part of the Jenkins Garage. Boot Burgers, Rick Evans, Allard Powered 305, the 1305 entry, the Maxim chassis number 23 of Junior Jenkins.
And behind them from Byhalia, Mississippi, it'll be the 50-year-old Dale Howard in the number 47 Mach 1 chassis, Mike Scott Flooring, Warsaw Auto Center. 15 wins on the year for the driver of car number 47 of Dale Howard.
The next car out there, he is a 2-time Short Track Nationals champion out of Rockwall, Texas. Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery, Bear Paw Convenience, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, High Performance Lubricants, Keebler and Son Lawn and Landscaping, Prime Powders, a Triple X chassis with a Ryder engine power plant, driver of the number 15H, it's Sam Haferty Jr.
Also onto the racetrack, the Sioux Falls, South Dakota driver, the 23-year-old. I believe he's in that other 23 of Sam Henderson into the Northland Buildings GRP Motorsports ABA window coverings and construction. 2 wins on the year at Shelby County and I-90 Speedway for Sam Henderson.
Next driver out there had a tough break last night, had some engine problems. They had to get some parts basically flown in here today. The driver out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, in the Any Builders number 17 X9 chassis, Al Parker engines 17 of Cale Drake. We'll see if they can keep that thing together tonight. Again, tough break last night, but it looks like they've got it back under power and ready for their hot lap session this evening.
So the 91 is Michael Day on the racetrack. Some of the numbers were incorrect there, so I had to do a couple swapping around there. Driving the JD Installations, Oaks Motorsports, number 91 out of Greenville, Texas. That is the pilot of Michael Day.
He's another one of your drivers with a 360 Al Parker Memorial there in that Triple X chassis is Michael Day. He'll be looking to try and be one of the... He'd love to win it all, but he'd like to certainly be the highest finishing 360 car with us.
I feel like John Carney may be one of the sleepers here this week, and he's got 9 wins here in 2025 at 5 different racetracks with 20 top 5 finishes to his credit. Like I mentioned, a former Southern Dirt Track Championship winner at the TMS Dirt Track. And what a strong performance he had this year at the Race Saver Nationals at Eagle Raceway. Also a former $10,000 winner of the Boot Hill Showdown at Dodge City Raceway Park for John Carney from Amarillo for the 42-year-old. We'll see what he has this weekend. He's certainly ripping right now in hot laps. First lap for Carney, a 13.899. That's good for 12 quick so far, as Cole Macedo still holds the time to beat here in hot laps. But again, hot laps pay not another. 13.164 for Cole Macedo right now holding on to it. We'll see with this final group if anybody has anything for him. So here's your current top 10 right now after hot laps here for the 410 sprint cars here for the Short Track Nationals. Cole Macedo at the top of the board with a 13.164. Cody Gardner second with a 13.266. Landon Crawley third. Elijah Giles fourth. Chris Martin fifth in the 44. Hank Davis in the 12X sits sixth. Howard Morris seventh in the 17 GP of Tim Schaefer. Jack Dover and Gage Montgomery your current top 10. Ian Madsen, John Carney, Brickton Crouch, Ryder O'Plant, Austin Money. The 5 outside of the top 10. That makes up your top 15 right now. Again, these guys getting a couple additional laps here again in the racetrack. Had a lot of moisture in it tonight. And like David said, a lot of stick and dig in it here this evening at Texarkana. So I was kind of surprised here just looking. I don't think the racetracks fell off much in speed. Sam Haferty Jr. kind of surprisingly right now mired back in 18th. Again, it's just hot laps. But I have a feeling that team's going to go make a couple of wholesale changes before we get out here for qualifying. That's the good thing with hot laps, though, David. You can maybe come out here and try a little something that may not work. But Haferty right now mired back there 18th in hot laps. But again, hot laps pay nothing. Sam's a professional. He's a 5-time ASCS national champion with a 14.261 right now, leaving a little bit to be desired right now. Needs to find a little bit of speed before we roll into qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got just a little time to turn some wrenches on that, as he'll be the 26th car out of 28 to take time tonight. So a little bit of time there for that team to go to work on the 2-time Short Track Nationals champion, Sam Haferty. That last session, the car that was the quickest there in the final set of hot laps was John Carney there with a 13.899. We'll give these drivers just a few minutes here to get ready, and we'll roll right into our qualifying tonight.
Again, race fans, that'll wrap up Hot Laps here tonight. Don't forget the 67 Speedway, of course, is open for business downstairs. Go get you something hot to eat, something maybe cool to drink. I'm not sure. I think they got some hot chocolate down there, David. It might be a great night for that, as it's kind of a brisk one here in the great state of Arkansas, just outside of Texarkana. But, man, we couldn't ask for much better weather. I mean, this is the engines purr in this kind of weather. I mean, it is just, I mean, it really couldn't be a nicer day. Just absolutely beautiful here this weekend. We thank the Lord for blessing us finally with a nice, good weather forecast here this weekend, so we can finally get the 38th running of the Short Track Nationals into the history books.
Yeah, this takes me back to my childhood days. You get sunburned during the day with the beautiful, sunny, nice, warm days, chilling off at night. You're in your thermals before the night's over. Everyone with their little heaters going. The vapor trails on the wings, we'll be seeing those again later tonight. We saw them last night. Just phenomenal weather we've had here. It's taken 3 years, but the third time's the charm, I believe, Zach. We're going to get this in. We're going to will it into happening. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to have this race go off this year.
And I tell you what, man, it's just a very quality field of sprint car drivers represented from all over the country that are here this weekend. I know some people maybe, where are all the guys at? Maybe you're expecting 30 or 40 cars, folks. Let me tell you, you only need 2 cars to have a race. First point. Second point is we've got 28 really, really good ones. I mean, honestly, there's over 15 guys I feel like they could win this race, and that's not a shot at any, the other ones that make up that full 28, but I'm telling you, man, there's some really, really good race car drivers here that are ready to put their talents on full display for you great race fans here at Texarkana this weekend. And, of course, $20,000 is a great incentive to want to win a race. So just about everything that you could imagine as a race fan, you've got it here this weekend at Texarkana with the sprint car drivers racing for the big bucks that continues to hang in the balance. So, again, race fans, we'll get these sprint car drivers getting ready to rock and roll here for qualifying here in just a couple of moments. Appreciate your patience in advance while we wrapped up Hot Laps here. The stock car Hot Laps have been... Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for qualifying. First car out is going to be the 31-year-old out of Crandall, Texas, the pilot of the Forest, the Precision Repro Graphics Classic Starter and Alternator, Smiley's Racing Products, Irrational Metal Works, number 4 for Austin Mundy out of Crandall, Texas.
Monday will come by. He'll pick up the green flag here. He'll start timing here on lap number 1. It'll be 2 laps. Take your best lap. Little trouble turns 1 and 2 there. Gets up into the marbles. We'll see if he can collect it better down here in 3 and 4.
Looks like we're going to do 1 car at a time here. The white flag is out. We'll see what Mundy does. He trips the trigger for the first time. It's going to be good for a 14-1-1-2 as he makes his way down the back boulevard.
For the final time down here in turns 3 and 4, he had a better turn 1 and 2. We'll see if that can calculate into some better speed. Right up on the wall, the exit of turn number 4. He'll trip the clock a little bit better with a 13.825.
Really good lap there for the 4 of Austin Mundy. He'll set the bar early with a 13.825. That was right on pace with what we had earlier.
Next car rolling on the track out of Benton, Arkansas. It's the Burkham Contracting, Buddy Lee's Transmission, CNC Wholesale, Griffith Truck and Tire, Cat Metal Work and Powder Coating, Eagle Chassis, a Scott Baylor Racing Engine, the number 6 for Cody Gardner.
And that Dustin Gates Racing, number 6 for Gardner. 3 wins on the year coming at Super B, Heart of Texas, and Thunderbolt in Tulare. Of course, the Friday night winner of the Trophy Cup at Tulare a couple of weeks ago in California. Cody Gardner, a multi-time winner in his career, traveled 1,700 miles to race the Trophy Cup a couple of weeks as he pilots that hot in Louisiana fielded car here off of 4 for the Benton, Arkansas racer. Lap number 1 trips the trigger with a 13.706 for Gardner.
He goes to the top of the charts with a 13.706. He was certainly fast last night. We'll see what lap number 2 has. He puts it right up around the wall or there on the entry of turn number 3. Brings it off of turn number 4. A little bit quicker there with a 13.511.
2 tenths quicker, down to a 13.511 for the Benton, Arkansas racer, Cody Gardner. That's a massive bar to set early here, folks. Next car out, you'll find the 17-year-old who held the track record here for a short bit at Texarkana. Again, the 17-year-old of Frederickstown, Missouri. It's car number 79 of the Gifford Holmes Kevin O'Sullivan Motorsports Cooper Racing Enterprises Purcell Tire and Service. His dad, Tim Montgomery, won the 2005 Short Track Nationals. It's Gage Montgomery in car number 79. Looking for his first win of the year for Gage Montgomery with 2 wins in 2024. And we'll see if he can reset and take the track record once again here in Mandeville.
He's always been very quick here at the 67 Speedway. He finished second with us back on July 13th last year. He had a second up on August 23rd up at Farmington. Again, like you say, looking for his first win. His first lap, he'll cross the line with a 13.624.
Man, I'll tell you, he had to get out of the gas just a little bit over there in the center of turns 3 and 4. He's really on the hammer right now in turns 3 and 4. Should be a good lap off of 4. Can he dethrone Gardner? Fourth car to trip the trigger. It's not going to be enough, but boy, he was close. A 13.51, not only 8/1000ths of a second off from knocking Cody Gardner off the top of the board.
The next driver out on the track out of Benton, Arkansas. He wants to thank Dad, Rick Pringle, Bob and Ryan's Carbs, K&K Marine. He's been the fastest 360 here several times in that Eagle chassis, that Spec 360 motor of the 38 of Zach Pringle.
Zach Pringle, former Halloween Havoc winner with ASCS down the road at Billy White's Timberline Speedway when that racetrack was in operation. Down the back straightaway, Zach Pringle will be ready to trip the trigger here in that K&K Marine Stealth Recovery. Only 4 starts on the year. He only had 11 of them a season ago. 11th here at Texarkana back in July. He'll go 4th quick out of the 4-car so far with a 14.438 for Zach Pringle.
You know, Zach's really wishing right now with the track as fast as it has, he had that 410 in, but he knows the track will come to him later on the night, talk to him tonight. He knows that's kind of how it works here. His second lap, no quicker, though. He'll stand on a 14.438.
Once you pop, you can't stop. It's Zach Pringle. Car number 17, it's Elijah Gile out of Phoenix, Missouri, the 15-year-old driving the racecraft Big Sky Speedway. Car number 17W from Phoenix, Arizona, the 15-year-old Elijah Gile. 2 wins on the year at Black Hills Speedway in Central Arizona. He'll roll off a 4 to trip the trigger.
Yeah, we'll see what his Shark power plant can do there underneath that 17W, the car formerly driven by Harley White. He finished 13th with us back here on July the 11th last year. 2 wins on the season. First lap, he'll trip the clock. It's going to be a 13.783. That's good for third on lap number 1.
Tell you what, man, he had a pretty good bit of speed there, 2/10 off the top here, and he's got a really good run, though. It gets really crossed up off the exit, a major slip of the grip, and that's going to hurt him. And that final lap is going to be a 14.068, but the first lap holds good with a 13.783. Next car onto the racetrack. He's out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. It's the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer, the 58-year-old. And the Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes MPV Logistics Big Repair Services of Indiana. The 2010 Knoxville National Champion, Tim Schaefer, the Steel City Outlaw, takes flight here in Texarkana.
Yeah, rolls in with 4 wins on the year. His last coming back on August is the 15th over at Bloomington Speedway. He puts it right up a line around that wall there on the exit of turn 3 and 4. His first lap, he'll trip the clock with a new quick time, a 13.397.
Wow. A 13.397 for the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer, into that Dutcher Motorsports car that Landon Crawley formerly piloted in the 2024 racing season. He goes faster in his second trip with a 13.352 for the Steel City Outlaw. Texarkana, give him a big round of applause. Ripping the lip here tonight with a 13.352 for Tim Schaefer.
The next driver makes his way out on the track. He's a 10-time World of Outlaw feature winner out of Chillicothe, Ohio, in the DKW Transport Team Jack, XC Gear, Dean Kitnell Auto Repair, and the Pizza Pub, a Schaefer-powered Maxim for the number 4 of Danny Smith.
2 wins on the year and 33 starts. Those wins coming at Mud Lick Valley in 201. A 6-time Warrnambool Classic winner in Australia, one of the most prestigious races down under, and one of the OG outlaws for the Chillicothe, Ohio racer, 68 years old. Age ain't nothing but a number, baby. With a 14.302 on lap 1, he'll go 6 quick for the 4 of Danny Smith.
Again, just like all the other drivers right around the top there, the top's certainly the fast place to be right now. Lap number 2, no quicker, so he'll stand on that 14.302 for lap number 1.
Next car out, it's the 28-year-old out of Memphis, Tennessee, driving the Acme Power JRI Chassis MPC Mike's Pool Care, Engler Machine and Tools, Stinson's Industrial, River City Hydraulics. 2 wins on the year, one coming at Riverside, the other coming at Pine Ridge for the 40 of Howard Moore out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Howard looking to see what he can get that Kistler Power Triple X to do here Howard Moore certainly always a contender at the short track nationals up there at the I-30 Speedway. Looks to bring his car down here with us at the 67 Speedway. Oh, going to lose a little grip there as he slides up the track. That'll hurt his lap number 1 speed. He hits the clock at a 13.831. That's good for the 6th spot.
Yeah, held him up just a little bit over there in the center of turns 3 and 4. We'll see what the 40 can do this time as he exits for the Tennessee racer. Underneath the line for his final lap, he improves significantly up the 4th quick with a 1:37.12. A good lap there for his final trip there for the 40 of Howard Moore.
The next driver to roll out on the track in the MPV Logistics, J.B. Henderson, Smith Titanium, Ryder Power Plant, Maximum Chassis, Herrera Racing, number 45X. Give it up for Landon Crawley.
Landon Crawley, 17-year-old racer into the 45X. 47 starts on the year, and I'm telling you, his last month has been really impressive. A 9th place finish with the High Limit Sprint Car Series at the Lucas Oil Speedway. 3 top 5s in the month of September. Rolling in here tonight to his home racetrack with a lot of momentum on his behalf. Though this is his home track, he has not raced here very often in his racing career. This, I think, is only his 3rd career start here at Texarkana with the 17-year-old Landon Crawley in 45X.
No driver here other than Austin Mundy has turned more laps than Austin Mundy under the current track configuration. He was the first car out earlier.
First lap for Crawley is 5th quick with a 13.731. Final trip here to the drop of the checkered flag. He'll improve 1 spot up the 4th quick with a 13.528. Really good improvement on lap number 2 for Landon Crawley in car number 45X.
Next driver to make time out here out of Calera, Oklahoma. He's another one of the 18-year-olds. The Oklahoma Truck Driving Academy, High Plains Building Division, Outlaw Wings, Donnie Ray Crawford Foundation, ROK Outlaw Cards, Randy Sanders Trucking, Keisler Power, Maximum of 88R, Mr. Ryder LaPlante.
5 wins in 2025, all in 305 competition, coming at 4 different racetracks for the Calera, Oklahoma 18-year-old Ryder LaPlante. Who is, man, that race back here earlier in the year with him and Kevin Ramey, one of the best sprint car races I've seen in quite some time. I don't care if it's a 305, a 360, a 410, or a 510. It doesn't matter. But this young man right here can certainly wheel and deal, and he'll do just that this time off of 4 to the checkered flag. And Ryder LaPlante holds on 8th quick with a 14.055. Next car to roll on to the racetrack, you'll find the 32-year-old driver out of Odessa, Texas, in car number 2B. He's in that Carbon High Plains Building Divisions by American Oil, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels. 12 starts in 2025, looking for his first win here this weekend for Brett Becker from Odessa in car number 2B.
He finished 6th here back at 67 Speedway on July the 12th. And the 29th of a year ago, he finished 6th. So he's had 2 6th-place finishes with us here at the 67 Speedway. We'll look to see if he can crack the top 5.
Yeah, so Becker scratch. My apologies. This is Brecton Crouch, the 18-year-old Lubbock in the High Plains Building Division. Carbon Safety Technologies, Wilson Wrecker Service, 3 starts in 2025. Only had 11 a year ago for the 18-year-old Brecton Crouch out of Lubbock, Texas. So unfortunately, Brett Becker a scratch on the action here tonight. First lap for Crouch, good for 9th quick with a 14.276. And he does improve on lap 2, doesn't improve his position though. 9th quick with a 1.4071 for Brecton Crouch.
Paul apologized about that there. We had 3 number 2s lined up back to back to back there. Got a little ahead of ourselves.
You'll get that in big time automobile racing. Next car out this time, I think we're right on this. It's the 35-year-old out of Nixa, Missouri. It's KB Kyle Bellum. Kyle Bellum driving that KMP Painting number G6 car. This car has performed very well here at Texarkana in the past with Cody Gardner behind the wheel of that G6 car. But again, Kyle Bellum out of Nixa, Missouri. Only 10 starts here in 2025. Best finish of 3rd at Arrowhead Speedway back on March the 15th. And, man, you think back to about 12 years ago when Kyle Bellum won his first ever ASCS National Touring Series win at Devil's Bowl Speedway over in Mesquite, Texas. But Kyle Bellum, again, will be the next car to come out to trip the trigger in that G6. So here comes the Brewer Trucking KMP Painting G6 of Kyle Bellum, the Show Me State racer. Will put his foot to the firewall and send it down the back straightaway full throat into turn number 3. First lap for Bellum did not register here. Well, probably why, because that was just the green. Here we go this time. We'll try it one more time. This time he's good for 8th quick with a 1.4052. Kyle Bellum 8th quick with a 14.052.
We'll see what he can do here on lap number 2. He'll slide it right up to the wall on the exit of turn number 4. This time by just a little quicker, still good for 8th quick with a 13.965 is Bellum. We'll wait to see who they push next here.
It's either going to be Carney or the 2 of Becker.
Looks like it's going to be the Amarillo, Texas driver, the Taco Casa, Mesa Valley Transport, Burkham Contracting, the Triple X Rider Power Plant 2J of John Carney.
John Carney, 9 times a winner at 5 different racetracks in 2025. His 20 top 5 finishes for that Taco Casa number deuce car. 2019 Southern Dirt Track Championship winner of the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track, and an outstanding performance at this year's Race Saver Nationals at Eagle Raceway, David, for the 2 car of Amarillo, Texas for John Carney.
Carney's always been pretty quick here when he comes down to the 67 Speedway. One of the handful of drivers with several laps around the current configuration. That first lap, he'll trip it with 11th quick with a 14.111 is the J2 of John Carney.
We'll see what Carney can do here. 11th quick on lap 1 with a 14.111 final trip here. He improved significantly to 5th quick with a 13.707 for John Carney the second out of Amarillo in that Taco Casa number 2 car. How about it for John Carney the second?
Looking to see who will push next. Brett Becker actually said he was a scratch earlier. He is out there, just out of line and order. We'll see when they allow him to roll. But it looks like next is going to be the Springfield, Nebraska driver, the Eston Racing Certified Transmission, Meacham Auto, Backland Plumbing, Worth USA, True Line Logistics, True Trucking, the Speedway Power Plant, Maxim Chassis of the number 53. It's Jack Dover.
The gas man, Jack Dover at Texarkana for the first time in his career. Boy, you love to see it. Or the first time in quite some time anyway. Certainly the first time on this newer configuration. May have been here in the past with ASCS. But he's in that certified transmission, liquid trucking, Estenson Racing Carpet Land. 32 starts on the year, 2 wins coming at Rapid City and 1 at Clay County. Only raced 7 times in 2024, David, for the gasman Jack Dover out of Springfield, Nebraska. We'll see what the 35-year-old racer can do here. 13.858 on lap number 1 for Jack Dover.
If you're watching on My Race Pass there, they have it as 2 different qualifying groups, Group A, Group B. I believe it's going to be combined overall. We'll have to get word on that, but our lineups do show Group A, Group B. This will be the kickoff of Group B. So right now he would stand quickest with Jack Dover with a 13.858.
Next car to the racetrack out of St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the 41-year-old Ian Matson. Ian Matson in the Cell Compression Incorporated by American Oil Kaiser aluminum wheels, the multi-time Knoxville track champion, and from a World of Outlaw Rookie of the Year. Had that long stint there with KCP Racing. Has 1 win in Sydney, Australia this year for Ian Matson. We'll see what the 41-year-old can do here. As not quite, I'm not sure what's going on here with Ian. He stops.
Looks like a tough break there. He was your 2018 World Outlaws Rookie of the Year. You mentioned it, Zach, there, former Knoxville track champion. Tough break there as he comes to a stop down there in the bottom of turn number 4. We'll see if Ian Matson can get refired and figure out what's going on. He certainly comes as one of the possible contenders here.
Yeah, you hate to see that. I hope it's nothing terminal or significant that's going to keep him out of the running here, but pretty unorthodox as he rolled around to the racetrack there and came to a screeching stop. And it's hard to tell when you're sitting up here in the booth if you can hear the car still running or if he's going to need some assistance to get fired back off here, but haven't heard any word yet on what is going on down here at the bottom of turn number 4 with the 2B tonight of Ian Matson. Having a guy like Ian here, I think the history of this race kind of draws guys like Ian to come and race here. It may not have been a guy that you had on your bingo card to be here, but I think the past history of this race, and obviously paying $20,000 to win helps draw a crowd and draw names like Ian Matson or Jack Dover, and along with all the other great drivers that we have here this weekend. And again, Tim Crawley and the gang here, they're trying to build this race back into what we know that it can be here at Texarkana. Mother Nature's not been too kind. She's tried to pour water on it, water this thing down, but we're not having it, right? We are not having it. This race will continue on to the future, and man, you gotta start building it right here at Texarkana, and this is our first year to do it, and man, it's going to be really, really a great weekend, and we'll see if we can't get through our group number B of qualifying here again as Ian Matson still sitting at the bottom of turn number 4.
You know, it takes a lot of great people to put on a race like this. I know Tim's lost probably a lot of sleep over the last couple of weeks trying to get this all dialed in here, but, you know, there's a lot of people we need to thank here. Broach Refrigeration, Smiley's Racing Products, Crichton Electric with all the electrical work you see around the track here, Midstate Golf Cars providing golf carts, Bubba Green Towing, Chicken Express. We're going to go back qualifying here with Ian Matson. We'll see if he can get up to speed this time by.
Also, race fans, if you want to have that opportunity to ride in the two-seater tonight, they'll be down there selling raffle tickets a little bit longer for that, as Ian Matson is ripping right now into turns 1 and 2 here. As obviously nothing wrong with the race car. We'll see what Matson can do. He is carrying a tune into turns 3 and 4. This is going to be a good lap. He is all the way up there on the top. Good lap, a 13.742 for Ian Matson. Ian Matson down the back boulevard. The checkered flag awaits. Wants to get a little bit quicker if he can, and I'm telling you, that car is stuck like Chuck. Oh, well, it was stuck, and now he's upside down. Tough break for Ian Matson. Was trying to get the good out of it, and he's going to bicycle the 2B car down the front boulevard and stops on all fours. That he'll have some damage to assess on the number 2B car for Ian Matson.
Yeah, he used every bit of the racetrack and a little more. Unfortunately, kind of bit him there as he's coming around what looked like was going to be a really quick time there. Not the way he wanted to end his qualifying run. We'll see if they can go to work on that Ian Matson car and get him back out here just a little bit later this evening for his heat race. Again, he did have a good first lap time of a 13.742, so that lap will stand and count for him.
That lapse is going to serve him well, too, getting that first lap in. Obviously, you'd rather have this happen. If it's going to happen on any lap, you'd rather it happen on your last one, as Ian Matson is up out of the race car there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a hand for Ian Matson, all the way from St. Mary, New South Wales, Australia here, putting his talents on full display for you race fans here at the Short Track Nationals. I'm telling you, David, there is a thin line up there on that top, man. It's a thin line between love and hate, man. You're trying to get the absolute every bit of good out of your race car, and in order to get a really good lap right there, man, you got to put that big meaty Hoosier right rear tire up there on that wall and try to get as best run as you can. And man, he just overdid it, man, just a little bit. And that's all it takes, right? I mean, that's all it takes. And he is professional as they come, and he's done this a time or two. And, man, this racetrack, like we said, coming into the night, it's kind of a wild card for a lot of drivers who have not raced here. Ian Matson, one of the drivers who has never raced here.
Absolutely. You know, last night the track never got quite up on the wall like it is down there in turns 3 and 4. Still got a lot of room to move the track up down in turn number 1 and 2 right now, but they are absolutely on that wall of the exit of 4. Great vantage point from up here in the box we have, and there's just not even 4 to 5 inches there left of track before they're into that wall there on the exit of turn number 4. Again, I wanted to go back to thanking some of the people that helped get this race put on here. Bubba Green Towing, Boxes and More, K&P Painting. They come out and freshen up all the paint around the racetrack. Mr. Pritchard came out, repainted the Short Track Nationals you see over there on the back stretch. Want to thank him for doing that as well. O'Reilly Auto Parts. We've got the O'Reilly Auto Parts starting line. We'll be calling them out all night long. Simmons Bank. Of course, Simmons Bank's our title sponsor here for our weekly racing series at the 67 Speedway. A1 Towing and Recovery. Butler Heating and Air. The Estelle Truck Repair. You'll see the Estelle Truck Repair sign right out there just past the flag stand in the center of the track there. That is the Estelle Truck Repair Hot Pit. You'll see that in action, I'm sure, later tonight as we make it through the night. And, of course, none of this could happen without Riggs Rents. Riggs Rental providing all the equipment we use out here at the racetrack. Couldn't do it without them. Want to thank them for all their hard work they put in with us here.
No doubt. And one final call here, race fans, for those of you who are interested in riding in the two-seater for the raffle tickets. They're going to wrap up selling those tickets downstairs. So if you want to have an opportunity, last call on buying those tickets for the two-seater.
The next car to come out and make time out of Farmersville, Texas, is the Oaks Motorsport J&D Insulation Fast 5 Solutions, the XXX Al Parker 360 power plant for the 91 of Michael Day.
Seen some good race car drivers in this number 91 unit over the last few years. Craig Oaks even drove this car for a couple of years. Very versatile driver out of Jonesville, Texas. As a 91 of Michael Day, he'll trip the trigger here into turn number 1. First,
Michael comes in with 4 wins on the season, all in the IMCA Race Saver division, but he's not finished outside the top 5 all season long with 4 feature starts.
Been very consistent, there's no doubt about it. As he'll roll it into one, Michael Day with a 1.4786. Next car onto the racetrack, you'll find the driver out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the 22-year-old in the Beaver Drill and Tool Saw Drill Manufacturing. 2 wins on the year. Couple of wins on the year coming at Callaway and Big Sky with the ASCS Frontier region. A $5,000 win for Hank Davis in car number 12X.
Michael Day there may have missed the memo there to not exit the track after hot laps. Kind of shot across the track there in front of Hank Davis. Don't look like it affected him any, though.
Man, he is flirting with disaster right now. Ripping it right now. Quick time for group number B with a 1.3688 for Hank Davis, who's ripping the lip right now with reckless abandon here. Group number B qualifying. I think he's going to go faster on this lap, and he does. To a 13.656. A 1.3656. Wow, what a lap for Hank Davis.
And the next, go ahead.
He was really good here. Remember in that Wayne Johnson 2C Motorsports car here last year before they made the changeover and Cole Macedo got in that car. Hank had a really good run out here with Seth Bergman and Haferty Jr.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. The next driver to come out onto the track out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the Hunt Brothers Racing. Next Level Metal, Northland Building, Mike Stewart's Car and Fleet, the HP Engines Triple X, the 23-year-old. It's the 23 of Sam Henderson.
Sam Henderson, 2 wins on the year. One of those coming at Shelby County, the other at I-90 Speedway for that GRP Motorsports ABA window and coverings and construction number 23 car. 4th quick with a 13.894 for Sam Henderson. Good thing about this racetrack right now, man, it doesn't seem that it's fell off in any speed. So some of these guys that are going out late, like Macedo and I think Haferty Jr., a couple other guys going out late, I don't think they have a whole lot to be worried about, man. The track seems to be carrying still a lot of speed in it late here. Final lap there for Henderson. Could not turn up the wick. First lap better to the 2. Second lap with a 1.4007. He'll hold on to 4th quick with his first lap with a 13.894. Next car onto the racetrack is the 28-year-old from Ankeny, Iowa. Chris Martin, the pilot of car number 44. He's in the Higher View Enterprises Heartland Steel, Tom Davis Automotive, C&D Elevator Construction, Northways Heating and Cooling. 2 wins on the year at Lakeside and 34 Raceway for Chris Martin in car number 44. Chris Martin elects to rip the lip just as everybody else has done that came before him. We'll see if he can do it a little bit better, though. He's looking pretty cool right now. The high beam balancing act on the top shelf off of 4 to the line. Good lap for 2nd quick with a 13.662. Nearly knocks Hank Davis off the top, only 6/1000th of a second off, and he's going to rip it a little bit quicker here at the top of 4. Can Martin dethrone Davis? I think he can, and he does. Chris Martin with a quick time, 13.602. For Chris Martin, quick time in group number B with a 1.3602. How do you like me now?
The next driver had a tough break last night, never really get the car to fire. Out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, that is the NWE Builders number 17 Shop House Racing X9 chassis Al Parker engines of Kel Drake. We'll see what he can do here. Is he going to come around to trip the clock on lap number 1?
The youngster Kel Drake and that Rev-driven Energy Pouches sponsored number 17 car. Working the wheel, and he's working it well. Down the back boulevard, set sights into 3. We'll see what this youngster can do here. Again, time to beat by Chris Martin with a 1.3602.
Not a great opening lap for him. He's 7th quick with a 14.798. He is your 2025 Indy Midget Week champion for the USAC Midget Series, Kel Drake.
13.352, the overall time to beat. That was in Group A by the 17 GP of Tim Schaefer. That's your overall time to beat. And, boy, he was about 2/10 quicker than Cody Gardner there in Group A. But right now, everybody mired in about this 13.6 second bracket. It's Chris Martin still the time to beat here as we welcome on to the next driver in the Boots Burgers Jenkins Garage, Allard Racing Engine Powered, Burkham Contracting. Car number 23 out of Greenville, Texas. You'll find Junior Jenkins now on the Texarkana 67 Speedway, ready to roll his way off of 4 to the green flag this time by.
He is the one standalone 305 power plant here in the field tonight. He finished 9th here, back with that 305 power plant on July the 12th with us here, did Junior Jenkins. So he'll be severely underpowered here while the track's awful quick, but we'll see how he can stack up with these 410s later on in his heat race tonight.
First lap, a 16.702. And, boy, if you ever wonder what the difference in a 305 and a 410 is, this is it. Right? That's it. It's not a shot at Junior. I mean, he's doing everything that he can do. The car looks smooth and steady. But, boy, that hammer underneath the hood will make a big difference. A 16.436 his final lap around there for the 23 car of Junior Jenkins.
You know, but he's part of it. He's part of the 38th Annual Short Track Nationals, and it takes all the drivers being here to make a race, and we're certainly glad he chose to come down here and be with us.
Much respect. Next onto the racetrack is the 25-year-old out of Lemoore, California. 4 wins on the year. He had that big one, the high limit win at Fremont. We went flipping down the front straightaway after the checkered flag. And that 2C Racing High Side Racer Outlaw Wings number 2C. It's Cole Macedo from Lemoore, California.
Cole looking really good down here in turns 1 and 2. He'll put it right up there against the cushion there in 1 and 2. He'll bring it right back to the wall down here in turns 3 and 4. Got a good lap going. Has to get off the gas just a little bit to get the car to rotate.
He's good for 4th quick after 1 with a 1:37.56 for the 2C of Cole Macedo. Left a little bit to be desired. He hits 3 and 4 on entry flawlessly. He hits it just as well off the exit. This is going to be a good lap. It's not quite good enough to go to the top of the board, but he's only a 10th off with a 1:37.01 for Cole Macedo. Advances the 3rd here in group number B, a 13.701 for Cole Macedo.
The next driver to come out and make time out of Bahia, Mississippi in the Quality Roof Seamless XC Gear, Boars Night Out, High Performance Lubricants, Mach 1 Chassis, the John Howard powered 47 of Dale Howard.
15 wins on the year and 50 starts for the Bahia, Mississippi veteran, the 50-year-old Dale Howard in the 47. Former USCS Sprint Car, Mississippi State Sprint Car champion, a $20,000 win for him there back in the 2020 racing season. As Dale Howard did, I'm not sure if he had a right rear going down or something there, but something definitely amiss down in turn 1 and 2. So the
on the track, he has left lubricants, Zach, if you will, down in turns number 1 and 2.
All those high performance lubricants.
Certainly not the way he wanted to see his night start here in qualifying.
Well, I can tell you right now, with the speed that these guys are going around right now, and you send that baby off into 1 and 2, and you feel like a 3-legged dog on an icy lake, you're going to get out of the gas too, because this ain't the time and place to be hitting slick and oil spots down there in 1, as these guys are attempting to qualify right now. So that'll halt the progress here momentarily, race fans. Appreciate your patience here. We're just about completely wrapped up with qualifying here for Group B here on night number 1 of the 38th running of the Short Track Nationals.
Just 3 drivers remaining. If Joseph Miller should make the call, I don't believe he will, so that's going to knock us down to just 2 drivers remaining. It's going to be your 2-time Short Track National Champion Sam Haferty Jr. and Brandon Hanks left to take time. You know, as Sam's sitting there in that car and seeing those lubricants, he's like, come on, guys, let's get straight up here. I got to hammer down and lay down a really good lap here. As you know, he'd love to top the charts here.
Yeah, typically, I mean, obviously, you don't want to be one of the last cars that goes out, but like I mentioned a little bit earlier, that the track seems to have held nicely here. I mean, it's still got a lot of speed in it, as Tim Crawley is going to get some speedy dry or something, or it looks like just some dirt he's going to throw out with his hands there, and try to get that fluid worked in here so we can get this Group B for qualifying officially into the books here in short order. So again, your overall time to beat, a 13.352 for Tim Shaper from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The Steel City Outlaw rolls into Mandeville, Arkansas tonight and sets quick time with Group A again with a 13.352. And these guys in Group B have not sniffed that kind of lap time just yet. But again, Schaefer was also about a 10th quicker than second running in Group A of Cody Gardner, who turned a 13.511. Chris Martin so far quickest in Group B with a 13.602. Hank Davis second quick with a 13.656. Cole Macedo third quick with a 1.3701. Again, 3 cars, including the 47 of Dale Howard. But you got the 44 of Howard and the 15H of the 5-time ASCS National Champion Sam Haferty Jr., who are up next to qualify here, and that will wrap up qualifying here at Texarkana. So it looks like they may be sending Sam, although the 47 is still sitting down here in 3 and 4. The next car out is the 39-year-old, the 5-time ASCS National Champion, driving the Town Line Variety Beer Paw Convenience, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, High Performance Lubricants. 2 wins in his career here at Texarkana and 13 wins on the year. He had 16 wins in 2024 for the Sunnyvale Texans, Sam Haferty Jr. and car number 15H. Want to say hello to Dad, Big Sam Sr. I was down there talking to Sam a little bit earlier in the pits. I walked up and was hoping I could see Sam and give him a hug. It's been a while. I used to call the action at Lone Star Speedway back in the day, and of course many folks remember Lone Star Speedway would be on the wings of the 15. Haferty lap Number 1 goes to 7th quick with a 1:42.01, David.
Sam coming in as your reigning short track nationals champion. He was the last one to take home the checkers back in 2022 up at the I-30 Speedway. Lap number 2, going to be a little quicker, but still only good for 7th quick in this group with a 13.915. So your former short track nationals champion there, a little off the pace, if you will. We'll see what he was off the pace a little bit in practice as well. I know practice meant nothing. Qualifying, points on the line, probably not the lap he wanted to see. But we've got one car left, and it's going to be Brandon Hanks out of Burleson, Tennessee. He's driving this Ronnie Howard on number 44. He gets the call. It's going to be another 360 power plant, a Jan Howard 360 powered motor there for Brandon Hanks.
Brandon Hanks marching his way down the back straightaway. We just talked about Haferty there. He left a little bit to be desired, but one thing we know for sure is you can't ever count him out. That would be a silly thing to do, as I'm sure they'll dial that baby in and get ready to go for heat racing here in just a little bit. First lap there for Howard. Hanks, sorry, in the 44B. That's Brandon Hanks. My apologies, with a 15160. He's good for 10th quick.
You just get so used to that being a Howard there in the Scooby car. But Hanks getting the call this week. Second lap, not any quicker, so he'll stand on this first lap with a 15.160. And that's going to wrap it up, I believe, for qualifying. We'll see if they're going to give Jan Howard a push or not, and if he's going to refire and try and run that. Correction, Dale Howard. You know, we're going to have these mistakes all night long up here, Zach, I believe.
Well, I wasn't going to correct you on the mic. You know, that'd be rude. But I'm sure somebody watching live on Race On or, that man just called him Jan.
Yeah, no, that's not Jan. That's Dale. Yeah.
Call him Jan. Man, tough break for Dale Howard, the 50-year-old out of Mahalia, Mississippi. As we'll get ready to roll into our opening ceremonies, race fans, that wraps up qualifying here for the 38th running of the Short Track Nationals. So happy to have this event here at the Crawley's Place to race here. On behalf of the entire staff here at the Texarkana 67 Speedway, on behalf of Tracy Clay and all the great folks at I-30 Speedway from over the years, we welcome you here to the 38th running of the Short Track Nationals, held for the first time ever here at Texarkana 67 Speedway. We're fired up about it. The stock car drivers have made their way to the pits as well. They potentially got a big 5,000 plus score on the line for them come tomorrow night as well. $20,000 on the line here for the Short Track Nationals for the 410 Sprint cars. Without further ado, race fans, are going to ask you to please rise to your feet. We'll go to the Lord in prayer to bless this event with Mr. Ricky Hayes. And please remain standing for tonight's singing of the national anthem.
Our Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight and praise you and thank you for this